Action!
This year at the BSC, all everyone was talking about was virtual production. So Ian and the Setnotes team decided to ask industry leaders how they were evolving to compete with this new wave in filmmaking.
So I'm here with Frieder Hocheim from KINO FLO. We actually just did a talk in a main auditorium earlier, and he's introducing this new technology to mimic light.
So what we have here is a mimic light. It's a 7200 pixel panel operating at a very high frequency. It can be gen locked to the volume, to the camera. It's the only light in the world right now that can actually gen lock to a volume. It's been the holy grail of virtual production to be able to have a light source such as this. It's quite a new tool now for virtual production.
So the color science is the main reason for the mimic's existence, is it? To have good color for lighting objects in front of an LED wall?
Well, the main reason for its existence is to actually have a light source that is very dynamic, that can be synchronized to the background. The color is really critical. KINO FLO has always been known for having full spectrum, and so where we saw the challenge, RGB in and of itself was not sufficient. Adding a single white was insufficient. Having two whites was the correct way to go, and now the trick was, how do we integrate all that through a video processor that is actually capable of processing 5 color points and keeping it all locked and mapped into a volume like that. And together with Megapixel, we've been able to achieve that.
Can you talk briefly on how this makes virtual production more accessible for people?
That's a really good question. So it can be, in its most simplest form, very accessible. The minute you walk onto a virtual production set that has much more complexity, it's capable of handling that. So in its most simple form, right now we're demonstrating this with a Mac Mini, driving the content into assimilate into the processor, and the processor out to the lights. It's actually a workflow that is very simple, and that is exceedingly accessible. We have other accessibility features, such as it can be controlled from a lighting desk, so the Helios can actually assign functionality to a lighting desk. And the importance here is that it keeps it within the lighting community, so the gaffer-DP relationship is maintained. The board operator can remap, can dim, position, color correct as necessary, so that functionality remains within the department that it's intended to be.
And also, can this be used for green screen virtual production as well?
The beauty of this system is that it's a light that can harmonize with any content. So if you're on a green screen and you know what your content is going to be, then absolutely you can map that to it. And then you also have the advantage of having your previs monitor, and you'll see the composited image. So it's not a necessity to have a virtual screen. A green screen or a blue screen can facilitate that same look.
Next up is Dedo from Dedolight.
Anyone that's familiar with Setnotes will know that I'm a massive fan of Dedo lighting, and I'm here with the man himself, Dedo. So, Dedo, hello. Can you talk me through any new developments that you're introducing in this year's show?
Let's say in virtual production, we're on the way, and we already had pretty good progress in synchronizing the multicolor lights to the events on the screen without any delay. You pick 8 points or 8 areas, and you assign each of those chosen points or areas to one light or a whole group of lights. On top of that, if in virtual production, the idea can be that you want to bring nature into the studio. Today, we want to shoot the Sahara. Tomorrow, the beach of Rio. If you light that with Arri 2Ks, it looks like it's lit with Arri 2Ks. Whilst when you light it with the PB70, the light seemingly comes from outside the studio. And the behavior of the light regarding the distance of the talent. So it's much closer to the perfect illusion of natural light that I call infinity lighting.
Thank you for watching the video. If you'd like more, make sure to like and subscribe.